tobacco giant R.J. Reynolds bought Nabisco Foods. Tobacco pioneer Philip Morris bought General Foods and 3 years later, Kraft Foods, making them the largest food producer in North America. And leaving the business of food in the capable hands of the same corporations who helped addict us to tobacco. Using the same tactics they used to promote tobacco, food companies set about peddling the entire planet a diet of processed goods, loaded with chemicals and additives, masquerading as food. This new machine operates with specific targets in mind, like addicting consumers, without them knowing it.
Without them knowing it. First of all, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glories to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect who firmly believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to entitle this lesson just yet, but as you can see, the wiles of the devil. The wiles of the devil. First and foremost, the scriptures say, for we shall drink poison and live. And, all the foundations of the earth is out of course. And as you can see that this devil, those who are in control of the, tobacco industry, they also gain control over the food industry. And that's why, you got Americans addicted, to certain foods. They get they have this term, I got a taste for McDonald's, or I got a taste for Burger King, or they got a taste for chicken fingers, whatever the case may be, because it's a drug. They need their fix. And, the more they consume this food, on a daily basis, weekly basis, totally eliminating whole foods out of their diet, brings forth health concerns. And ultimately, Big Pharma gets paid. It's a business. Let me start off with the book of Proverbs, chapter 29. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And why are they mourning? Because of the foods that they're consuming. A lot of Jake, primarily, suffer from, high blood pressure, a lot of various different cancers and things of that nature, diabetes, and it's all due, to the foods in which they consume. But these Edomites don't care. They're willing and more likely to kill, some of their own, in the process, showing you that they don't care. You go to your local hospital, it's filled, with patients. And it's primarily because of the years upon years of consumption with the foods in which they eat. In the kingdom of heaven, our people are not going to be destroyed by the foods in which they eat. It's just not going to happen. Right? Get Psalm the 10th chapter. It says, why standest thou far off, O Yahweh? Why hidest thou thy face in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. And how do they persecute us? By way of poison in the food. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. And he showcases that by the different chemicals in which he puts in the food to get the people addicted to further destroy them. Because why? These devils have a system or agenda called the Georgia Guidestones, in which they want to eliminate the global population and bring the numbers down to 500 million, from the 7 billion that it's at, right? It says, Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. That's right, because if he was for the Most High, he wouldn't promote crab fest, lobster fest, seaside shrimp trios, eat pork. None of these unlawful animals will be sold in the supermarkets. However, it is, right? None of these cereal boxes and things of that nature with all of these various ingredients, that you can't even pronounce will be sold on the shelves. You know, if it has more than 3 to 5 ingredients, it's not good for you. Simply. Um, he have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Under his tongue is mischief. He tells you what milk does a body good. But when you finally find out after research, milk causes inflammation, which is bad on your joints, which is bad on your bones, your bone density, and it promotes ailments, arthritis, laryngitis, anything with itis. It causes you to get sick. It's inflammation. Everything gets inflamed. Now you got to take medication, right? So it says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor, primarily the Israelites. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. Why? Because a lot of these fast food is what cheap. A lot of these cereals in which he's selling is cheap, and the poor are the only ones that can afford it. These crackhead chicken spots in which he leaves the fat on the chicken. It's messed up out here. He catch the poor when he draws him into his net. And the trap is what the conditions that he places the people in. Hyperinflation. Everything that's healthy for you costs a lot of money. So what the things that are detrimental unto you cost less money. So that's that net in which this devil cast out there. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Yahweh, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Where doth the wicked contemn the Most High? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for the behold is mischief, in spite to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out the wickedness till thou find none. And that's what's happening by way of his prophets. We're exposing them. So now, you got people who are health conscious. You got people abstaining, from certain meals to the best of their ability. And this devil's being called out for who he is. So now everybody's seeing this Edomite, this devil, the so-called white man, for who he is, what he is, and not for who we want him to be. It says, Yahweh is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Yahweh has heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Right? That's why this devil got to get rooted out of power so he can no longer oppress. And he does it primarily by way of his food industry. How does a drug company also own the food industry? Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. That's right. So everything's defiled, everything's polluted under this devil. From the air to the food to the religion, so-called religion, let's say spirituality, education, everything is defiled under this devil. All for his what? Personal gain. It says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. That's right. So now what? Now you got the earth, the curse is devouring the earth. It's what you got tsunamis, you got hurricanes, you got all type of tornadoes, all because these, from the fracking, them extracting the oil out of the earth, causing what? Earthquakes, because the oil keeps the what? Lubricant. Now, if there's no lubricant, that's what's going to cause an earthquake. So these devils, they gotta go. They gotta go. All shape, forms, and facets. They're destroying the earth. They're destroying the people. You know, they gotta go. And we're in a moment of time so where this devil is gonna excommunicate them out of society. You know, they're gonna serve their 1,000 years of captivity, and the Lord's gonna get rid of them. You know, simple and plain. You know, simple and plain. Where's that in Ezekiel? The Lord talks about the food. Let's see, where is it at? We'll start at Ezekiel chapter 4. Let's start at verse 11. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of a hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. And thou shalt eat as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. That's right. So our food is what defiled. You know, this is part of the curses that fell upon us. You know, even with certain red meats, you know, studies came out that they got shit, you know, like doo-doo, you know, mixed in within the red meats. You know, they said that white stuff that you may see out of the red meat, whether you're cooking a burger, that's that shit falling off of it, you know, from studies, you know, research. It said, then said I, Lord power, behold, my soul have not been polluted, for from my youth up, even till now, have I eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces. Neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. So, you know, everything's messed up within this society, man. Everything's messed up within this society, you know, and primarily it's due to the food industry. I mean, we got to eat to live. We got to eat to sustain ourselves. So therefore, these devils and Edomites know to further pollute it. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we're not overtaken by it. You know, brothers deal with the herbs. You know, brothers eat their greens. Brothers eat their vegetables. Brothers eat the fruits. You know, so we know how to balance these things out and counteract these things. You know, clean our gut health. You know, and chia seeds. You know, that's good. That has a good good content of fiber to where, you know, it can help you go to the bathroom, but you got to drink enough water so it can furthermore help clean your system out, you know. So, you know, I just pretty much, you know, saw that clip and, you know, I was compelled to do a lesson upon it, you know, but health is wealth, man. You know, health is wealth. You know, without a good system, without good health, we can't even push this word out. So make sure your kitchen is your quote unquote doctor's office. You know, so with that, I like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.